दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्नासुव ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहोराडमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Namaste, and thank you all very much. Please give them a round of applause. If you notice, they are all well dressed. You agree? All well dressed. Thank you very much. So today, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers who are here and to our online audience, we gather here today not only for women, for human on the whole of on the earth. Why? Because there's a lot going on, and women plays a great role wherever they are, and so does fathers, men, so to speak. But today we are going to focus on women. And during the month of March, we give a little extra attention to all the amazing accomplishment of strong, determined women. Since 1987, the United States has formally recognized March as National Women's History Month. Every woman has a story to tell, gifts to share with the world. So get ready today with our women here to listen to them, what they have to offer, and let us celebrate as a whole, as a team, as a family, as a community, as a country, and as the world at large. With that being said, our first item on today's program, we'll ask Pandita Amrita to make her contribution. Are you going to be singing or are you going to be speaking? Do you have anybody to play for you, or are you doing karaoke? No. Okay, so I will ask you first to make your presentation, and then we will have Pandita Sai. Pandita Sai needs to have her computer set up as well. So I will have her second. And I know Dr. Nicole needs some time with hers as well. So please give Pandita Amrita a big round of applause for making the effort of gathering these special thoughts, putting it together, and to brief us with what she has. Over to you, Pandita Amrita.
Sadhar Supreme, Namaste. May I kindly ask all of you to clasp your palms, close your eyes, and join me in prayer. Om बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. Our scriptures say, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha yatra etastu na pujyante sarvastatra aphalaha kriya sarvastatra aphalaha kriya. Where women are provided a place of honor and given their due respect, even gods like to dwell there, meaning divine human beings like to dwell there. It is a very welcoming place. But where they are not respected and where they are not honored, every action remains unfruitful. Our scriptures also say, woman is beauty incarnate. In a home, there's not the slightest difference between Stri, woman, and Shri, which is beauty, and wealth. A home does not look attractive without beauty, cleanliness, and without wealth. In the same way, a home has no attraction without the presence of women, because she bears children, she secures many blessings for that home, and she is worthy of worship. She is also the lamp of that home. Despite people saying that Vedas are old and Vedas were there from the beginning of creation, they may say they are antique and they may not be applicable to today our lifestyles. However, they preach the most modern and most progressive thoughts. Both man and woman enjoy equal rights. For the husband and wife in a home, we go back to the household, Vedas make mention and they preach that Dampati, when they mention a home, they say Dampati, which means two masters of one home. The husband and the wife are equal masters in that home. Not only the husband, but also the wife is an equal owner and of equal importance in that home. Both enjoy the same prestige, power, and position in the home. None is subordinate to the other. They're both equals. They both work towards the same goals of the family, and they both put in as much effort for the same objective of the home. Women enjoyed a freedom of choice. Girls were normally not married until they were in their late teens, and sometimes even later. They had the ultimate choice in the selection of their life partner, which was evidenced at the time that they had Swayamvar. Mata Sita, when Sri Ram was in her life, she had the final say. They didn't say, this is Sri Ram, you have to get married. It came from her, the final word came from her Swayam, own Vara, groom. She had the right to say yes at the time. During the period when the country was under the rule of foreigners, and we know India at the time was under British rule, the position of women in that society declined. So Westerners had a major impact in India at that time. But Vedic literatures have always maintained that women be respected and be kept at par with men. Strihi Brahma Babhuvitha. Woman is God personified. Why? We all know God is the creator, and woman carries on God's function. She is the procreator. She is capable of giving birth to human beings, and for this reason, she carries out God's function of being the creator. Matri Devo Bhava, we say that week after week in our Havans. Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, mother is God, goddess, and father is God. She is a figure of profound reverence, affection, and respect are given. And in conclusion, just a short line of a bhajan. संसार तुझी से चलता है. The world goes around and around with women, because of women. संसार तुझी से चलता है, तेरी कोख से मौत भी हारी है. भगवान की तरह महान है तू, कहने को अबला नारी है. अरियो रे, अरियो रे, धरती की तरह हर दुख सहले, सूरज की तरह तू जलती जा. सिंदूर की लाज निभाने को चुपचाप तू आग पे चलती जा. चुपचाप तू आग पे चलती जा. अरियो रे, अरियो रे. The world functions because of women's contributions. So powerful is your presence, O woman, that even death finds defeat at your womb. You give birth to human beings. You are great as God. You are as great as God, God being the creator and women being the procreator. We all can actively choose to challenge stereotypes, fight bias, broaden our perceptions, improve situations, and celebrate women's achievements. Collectively, all of us here, each and every one of us, can help to create a gender-equal world where we women and men are equal. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you very much, Pandita Amrita. That was well done. You did your homework very well. Brothers and sisters, when we speak of Women's Day, what comes to mind? Anyone? When it comes to Hinduism, we talk about food, clothing, and culture. When Women's Day was navigated in the beginning, there was a group of women in England that prescribed 3 colors to represent women on Women's Day. Anyone in the audience knows the 3 colors? Dr. Nicole? So what's the color, Dr. Nicole? Anyone knows what are the meaning of these 3 colors? What does it stand for? Why did this group of women choose these 3 colors? They're not crazy. They didn't choose it because they want to choose purple and green and white. Anyone? Well, I'm not going to ask the women. I'll ask the men who thinks they're superior than women. My own and father and brother and the president of the Gurukula. Bhai Krishan. Bhai Krishan, you can't cheat. No cheating. Dr. Nicole, no cheating. I'm doing it on a friendly basis, Pitaji.
I didn't realize that these women choose 3 colors. There has to be some great significance by choosing those colors.
Well, purple they chose to signify justice, as Amrita was talking about equality, and justice, and what's the other one? Anyone knows?
Green.
Dignity. No, justice and dignity for purple. So on our next Women's Day program, you know the 3 colors you're wearing. If you're going to stand up, you're going to be strong, you're going to represent yourself, you're going to represent the Mandir, you're going to represent the community, then you have to stick and stand to be a leader with your presentation and your representation. Correct, Bhai Krishan? Okay, I'm coming back to you, don't worry. You're the only, I'm not going to press Pitaji in front here. I'm going to press you because you're a public figure. And green. Anyone knows why green? Green represents hope. And I see 3 people in 4, 5 in a little bit greenish kindish color. Green represents hope. And in sustainability of today's world, okay, yes, Banrita, point taken. In the world today we live in, we expect to partake in sustainability program. Anybody knows what that means? We are here to educate ourselves. So every little thing helps you to understand. If you don't know, you hear about it, you don't know. It's saving and going green and saving the world, by not, using plastic and all, and wasting the papers and all these kind of things. When you drink the water bottle, instead of drinking from water bottles now, you order that thing online and what it's called, and you fit it on the filter, you put it on the faucet, and you get your water, so you save all those bottles. Correct, Dr. Nicole? And so that's one way of helping going green, which is the sustainability program that's going on in today's world. And women is doing a great deal to help that program. And the 3rd color. And why white? I'll ask you, Mataji, because you said white. And I asked the question when I came, does anyone knows why I have white on? And they said it's one of the colors. Correct. And although it's a controversial concept, wearing white as part of one of the colors, a lot of people go against it. But when this group of women sit down and they arrange these colors, they put it together because there's a lot of innocent women, like the group of Brahma Kumaris that wear white, for example. And so it comes with purity from it. So representing today, we have Bhai Krishan, like a purple-blue kind of what he wear there. We'll take it as purple and thank him and Mataji for standing out with the purple and bringing justice and dignity to everything that will be around us and happen here. And to those that assess with the green in whatever way they have it, we thank you for wearing that to bring hope to this program so that we can continue. Mataji has started, all the Matajis have started this program in this Gurukul. And it is not, just remember, this does not belong to any group, any religion, any country, any organization. It is for everyone to help each other rise as female, as people, so to speak, on the whole, and to allow us to be aware of and bring awareness of who we are. Correct? See, Mataji shaking her head. She did her homework. She knows about that. With that being said, I just wanted to bring to you the 3 colors, why we wear it. So next year when we come to Gurukul, every one of us will be in 3 colors. No pressure, white, purple, green. And when you come, be that person that when you leave out here, someone will follow your footprint. Create an impression when you come. That's what it's all about. We have a lot of speakers. I don't want to take their time, but I like to give my piece too. With that being said, mothers and fathers, I would like to welcome on stage front Pandita Sai. Are you prepared? Yeah. Oh, she'll come here. Pandita Sai, please make your presentation. Please give her a big round of applause. Now, when we ask you to applaud for these people, it is because you encourage them when they come up here to speak. She's a very good speaker, and I'm pretty sure she has a great piece of work here for us to listen to. Over to you, Panditaji.
Thank you, Pandita Sunita. Namaste, everyone. Women's Day. International Women's Day is no longer a new topic today. It is celebrated across the world in various fields. It is aimed in giving encouragement to women. The female force. Sorry, it just went off. It is aimed at giving encouragement to women, the female force, a full voice in participation and leadership in every aspect where we need women of courage, of ingenuity, in vision and achievement to realize their potentials. This awareness are eminent to those who have pushed for frontiers of women's leadership and have paved the path for other women, other daughters, other sisters to follow in their footsteps and become future leaders. Women leading army, they protect our borders because they are not weak and frail. They build empires. They move mountains. They pushed boundaries. They struggle for peace, for justice, for equality and liberty for all. They cross all hurdles and they make tremendous improvement in all spheres of life. They are ready to stand tall and proud for all that they are not what they should be or could be. That is Women's Day is celebrated with so much zeal that spread throughout the world. The world unites to appreciate their courage. Women have shown that when participate in decisions, they exercise leadership. They mostly bring something very unique and special of high value and quality to key decisions. Their words can change the whole world through their voice, through their strength, and through their convictions. Our history is rich with amazing stories of strong, courageous, and brilliant women. Even the Vedas emphasized endless glory of respect to the feminine force. They hold mother in high esteem and address them as Dharma Patni, one who promotes and preserves the rightful conduct of life. God the Creator and woman the Procreator, because she has the power to create, to nurture, and to transform. All created people of the world are born from the womb of mother, and all great men have taken their initial teachings first and foremost from the womb. This beautiful creation of God that radiates like the sun with values, paving the way for new generations, one after another. Could you imagine life without them? A woman usually embodies the ideal of inner dignity. You can get her love in the form of sister, in the form of friend, wife, mother, grandmother, and many more feminine attributes. Today, woman is no longer a dependent soul. She is independent and self-radiant in every aspect and in every respect. It is capable of doing everything. Let's recognize the importance of their experience and motivate them for the future achievements. We all look up to strong and independent women, but how do we become independent ourselves? The most important thing we can do for each other is to expand ourselves to expand our sense of possibilities. We are here to find a common ground so that we may help to bring new dignity and respect to women all over the world. We need to live in a culture that values, protect, and respect women, a culture that looks up to and idolize women as much as men. We do not wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. We need to reshape our own perception of how we view ourselves. Whatever you do, let it be different and more ambitious. Let it be persevering and trust yourself. Don't fear failure. Dare and get what you want. Be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. You choose which one you want to be. There is a song that goes, Uto Bahano Paro Vidya. Rise, rise, sisters. Let's try to educate ourselves. Rise, realize your worth, and boast to achieve as per your potentials, so that your dreams can become vision of reality for generations to come. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Pandita Saiji. You know, on forums like these and programs like these, and when we do our researches, it brings out the embodiment of the program, the nature of the program, the purpose of the program, and for those who attend, to feed them with the wisdom of the knowledge that little we have. Thank you very much, Pandita Sai, for that. And brothers and sisters, at this time, mothers and fathers, as you may all know, week after week, this mandir is being opened, being cleaned, and being prepared for all of us who come to mandir on a weekly basis to sit here and to enjoy a morning full of bliss, sanctity, and peacefulness. And many a times, these people who do this work are never in front. They're always in the back bench. Today, I have the pleasure and the opportunity, and these mothers who help, the little that they have to offer, we are very thankful when we come into the building. Today, I have the opportunity to ask a mother who's been hidden at the back and had been in the background ever since I've been coming to this Gurukul. Downstairs, upstairs, at the back. And like many other mothers who never comes in front, but always work tremendously for Gurukul to make it what it is, it's my esteemed honor to ask Mataji Sita. She probably will be a little bit shy, but she has a joke to present. Let us give her a big round of applause, because I've never seen her taking the mic to speak. Over to you, Mataji.
Thank you, namaste. This is something about, women on the lighter side. We heard a lot, the more on the religious part. We mothers and sisters sitting here, our brain is, home, what next we have to do, where our brain is like a computer, the internet. Men brain, straightforward. They're not going to think, if there's milk home, I have to do something else. So this is a little joke. A man walking along a Goa beach was deep in prayer. Suddenly, the sky clouded above his head, and a booming voice, the Lord said, "Because you have tried to be faithful to me in all ways, I will grant you one wish." The man said, "Build a bridge to Mumbai so I can drive over anytime I want." The Lord said, Your request is very materialistic. Think of the enormous challenges for that kind of undertaking. The supports required to reach the bottom, the concrete and steel it would take, it will nearly exhaust several natural resources. I can do it, but it is hard for me to justify your desire for worldly things. Think a little more, take a little more time, and think of something that would honor and glorify me. The man thought about it for a long time. Finally, the man said, Lord, I wish that I could understand my wife. I want to know how she feels inside, what she's thinking when she gives me the silent treatment, when she cries, what she means when she says nothing wrong. How can I make a woman truly happy? The Lord replied, you want 2 lanes or 4 lanes? You want 2 lanes or 4 lanes on the bridge?
Give her a big round of applause. You know, I have never heard Mataji take the mic like Bahanjilo, like Bahan Rita. I think I heard Bahan Ahilia before, but many mothers who come and grind their shoulders here never have an opportunity. This is the forum by Krishan. This is the forum. You are the president, but you need to put all these mothers here in front any given time when you can, to make them feel like they are part of this Gurukul. Because truly, without the mothers, there is no Gurukul. Isn't it? The Banjami sister is here also. I have come to this Gurukul years after years after years, and that's one family has been coming here all the time. And I'm very happy to see you coming back. And don't forget, the Parsad on Sunday was really nice that you sent for me. Anyway. Oh, you said. Well, thank you very much, because my whole management team had a bit of it. Dave messaged me and he said, Parsad came from Mataji, from Gurukul, but Jamie's sister made it. Well, when you want to eat a good Parsad and you have a function, I am giving you the authority to ask Mataji, because then you will taste a good Parsad in Mandir. Give her a big round of applause. You know, these are people who never get recognized for the little things they do, and it means so much. These are women who stand out there daily on their daily lives to make things right for their children, their husband, their home, and at work. And little do they get recognized for anything that they have done. Isn't it? With that being said, did you enjoy Mataji joke? Okay, next Sunday and next time we have anything going on, always remember Ban Rita, Ban Jamie's sister, and all the other mothers. We have to give them a spot by Krishan. Good. With that being said, I will ask Mataji and Pandita Gayatri. Where is she? Oh. Okay, just tell her, I say she needs to get her team ready to go, because we will have her. We'll have Dr. Nicole now making her presentation. In the meantime, when you give the message to Pandita Gayatri and her team to get ready. With that being said, brothers and sisters, please give Dr. Nicole a big round of applause. Dr. Nicole, for those of you who don't know her, is a child, a sister that left one pathway to come on another pathway to join us. Since she joined us here, she has given us all the simplicity as a human being that you can bring over. She's a very simple person. She's a very educated person. She's a very helpful person. She came here and turned heads around. And for those of you who don't know that, figure it out. But she has been very active in everything that she can possibly do to enhance Gurukul in every way. And Dr. Nicole, I want to personally thank you on behalf of myself, the behalf of the executive body and the Gurji, and all the members who come to the Gurukul. You came here and you make a difference. Yes, it was not easy for you, but you're so humble. Whenever someone says something to you, you always take it in good faith. And that's the way we rise in life. You and I and all these mothers and everybody was not an easy task to reach where we are. And with being so simple and taking everything in good faith, you have a long way to be in this Gurukul. You have a long way to be here. I'm proud of you, my sister.
Thank you.
Over to you, Panditaji.
Namaste, namaste, my esteemed Panditas, my honorable administrators, mothers in the audience, daughters, women, fathers, sons. I am Dr. Nicole. Most of you call me Dr. Pandita. And today I want to take the theme of 2022, Women's Day, Gender Equality for a Sustainable Tomorrow. I want to look at beyond the environmental sustainability, and in terms of what can we as women do, and you also as men and fathers, as we move on. The term sustainability means it continues to exist. So what we do today, how it leaves a legacy for someone like Surya, or for our unborn, when my honorable Pandita here makes some picnics for me. The 2022 theme, like I mentioned before, is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Officially recognized in 1975 by United Nations, it actually had its origins back in the early 20th century, back in 1908, here in New York. As you know, we always set the pace here in New York. Moving to New York for myself 10 years ago was one of the best decisions. I have never lived in a country longer than I have lived in the state of New York. For most of you that don't know me, I am a global trotter. If there is an oil spill in Tanzania, I am going to be in Tanzania. That's just the person my parents raised me to be. So I love just serving, and my computer seemed to have gone dead. Honorable Siko.
Siko? We're blank.
I do have some great images, which is really why I
On the
want
screen, Nicole's screen is
the
blank.
presentation up there. Oh, I think it just like seeing Siko. The organizers of the International Women's Day are asking the world to imagine a gender-equal world. A world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. The hashtag for 2022 is Breaking the Bias, and it is something that personally I use in every social media post. When I see something where women are considered to be equal, and most of us here are very educated, not just myself, every female in here I have spoken to. I add the hashtag Break the Bias, because that's what I want people to know. I don't want to be one of those, my father always told me, the best way I can prove that I can help females or I can help others like me is to leave a legacy, but to do it with grace. And we've seen many types of women, and I know definitely working, my voice is not always heard, and it has nothing to do with my know-how. It's mainly because I'm a female. While it may not be noticeable to many of us, gender biases and stereotypes have been deeply ingrained in our working norms, influencing the way we work, from our hiring processes to the daily environment, the workplace, and interactions. We are responsible for breaking this bias against women in our communities, in our workplaces, in our schools, in our colleges, in everywhere, even here at Gurukul. I want to spend some time talking about the Arya Samaj and equality of the sexes and why this is so important. The Arya Samaj brought about a resurgence of Vedic values, castigating religious and social evils. They range from idolatry, superstition, rigidity of caste, untouchability to polygamy, child marriage, ill treatment of widows, customs of purdah, and general inequality between the sexes. At the fore of the major concerns and social ideals of Arya Samaj were equality of the sexes. And I will spend some more time on this. It also had absolute justice, and you heard Pandita Sunita talk about wearing the color of purple, and fair play between men and women, and equal opportunities for all. And when they mean all, by their nature, by their karma, and by their merit. So being equal based on what you do. The Arya Samaj leaders attacked child marriage. They attacked prohibition of widow remarriages, and they attacked purdah. What do these images portray? I grew up in a Muslim household, and I'll read to you what I was taught as a female. My mother and her family, they are from Pakistan. So believers in Islam saw purdah, and that's how I would dress, in the black. When I cover myself, I place myself on a higher level, and I allow men to see and respect me for my intellect, my faith, and my personality. My physical person, me, Nicole, I am not allowed to play any role. My physical appearance plays no role in my social interaction. That's purdah. How many of us think that's backward? Show of hands. How many of us think that's backward thinking? Purdah. Yeah. So the Arya Samaj was the first organization, the first religious organization to break the practice of purdah restrictions. They were first. They allowed full freedom to its women folk. Any lady could be a member of the Arya Samaj. And not only that, they were able to vote, and they were able to be on the administrative team. One of the things I loved when I first walked in here last May was seeing women like Mata Renuka or Didi Vijay also at the top serving in this Gurukul. The most honored pundit who can recite the mantras way better than I can is Pandita Amrita. She is beautiful. Your voice is like a songbird. You are the next Nightingale. And just being here, I felt. My father is Hindu, so I grew up with the next form of purdah, where my grannies on my dad's side look like the ladies on the red. And again, you're considered to be honorable if you dress like this. It didn't matter how much curry my grandma made, my nanny. It didn't matter how well she took care of her kids. Once she looked like that, she was considered honorable. That's the legacy I came from. Swami Dayananda spoke about the upliftment of women, and he talked about going back to the Vedas. Formally started in Kathiawar on the 10th of April in 1875 by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. With the motive to bring national progress, the great task before the Arya Samaj was the problem of social reconstruction. Swami Dayananda's work, his admirable work, the Satya Prakash, was published in 1875. Though a revised and expanded edition appeared in 1884 after his death, it expounded its unique doctrines, and the motto was back to the Vedas. Arya Samaj has made efforts for the upliftment of lower classes and women who were of equal status as far as the Shastric position was concerned. At the time when Swami Dayananda was writing, these were some of the typical roles or the stereotypes surrounding women. The position of women in India was generally pitiable. It was pitiable. Women had lost their role. Their only place was to serve in the family. They were dependent on the male members of their family. The Arya Samaj found it difficult to perceive change of women outside of the domain of domesticity. And if you look at the images at the top, there's a woman cooking, and her child, and maybe her sister, is accompanying her. There's a woman on the bottom left, she's washing clothes. And I grew up seeing these images of the woman in my family. My father has 3 daughters, I am the eldest. And he never wanted us to follow in that legacy that they came with from India. He really did not. And I will spend the rest of my life not just being an Aryan, but also knowing that I could uplift women along the way. The image on the right, any one of us here in New York and in Queens, it's a big issue with the NYPD. And I have worked with the NYPD before on domestic abuse. Women, last week I was at a friend's house and really didn't know a whole lot about her. A lady I met at the CVS. She couldn't speak English and she needed to buy medicine. And my Hindi is beyond substandard, but I was able to help her find her medicine. She told me that her husband almost killed her the 3rd time. And her daughter had gone to the school. You know, the children have support in the school with the counselors. And she said her husband, on the 3rd time he beat her, said that you were born to be my slave. And this is what you were worth. It was an arranged marriage. She was 7 years old when she left Pakistan to come here. These are some of the images. Swami Dayananda founded the solution to social abuse in the education of women by the Shastric principles. And I'll talk a little bit about this. So here I have an image, and I think it's quite funny. Why do I think it's funny? Anybody just looking at the image? I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
All the categories are men, and the most adverse or untouchable is the female.
And notice the word untouchable. That's what we were considered. That's what my grandmother was told when she came here from India. She was untouchable. Horrible, right? So this is India's caste system. And this was one of the major concerns of Arya Samaj and Swami Dayananda. The major concerns and social ideals of Arya Samaj. The Samaj believe that a proper and equal education should be given to both the male and the female population. Swami Dayananda felt that if men were educated, so I have educated men, but I have uneducated women. What if now I educated all the women and I had uneducated men? So either scenarios, I have some imbalance. I'm either educating one sex and foregoing the other sex, or I'm educating the female sex and I'm foregoing the male sex. What do you think is going to happen in the house? Most of you are married.
Chaos.
Exactly. That was at the core of Swami Dayananda's mission in terms of educating women. He didn't say educate women at the expense of men, but by having an educated woman of similar mentals or Shastric principles to her partner, the house would not be in chaos. Dayananda clearly advocated that a Brahmin woman and a Kshatriya woman should learn all the sciences. A Vaishya woman should learn commerce, and a Shudra woman the art of service. Just as men learn grammar, theology, principles, professionalism, similarly, women should learn grammar, theology, medicine, arithmetic, and art. Every Sunday I'm here, and when Dr. Satish gives his pravachan and he calls the children up, do you ever notice when they read something and he says, What do you think he's doing that? He's correcting them to instill those Shastric principles of the Vedas back to the Vedas, Swami Dayananda's mission. That's why he does it. He does it to me as well, as old as I am, because I don't think any of us are ever where we need to be. Dayananda envisioned an open social system with education and not birth as the determinant of status. But the Aryas submerged in the process of formation of ideas and their translation into action did not go beyond the prescription of the patriarchal framework. As you know, we still do live in a patriarchal framework. However, they sought only limited and controlled emancipation of the woman folk. However, the Arya Samaj movement is known for providing initiative and the upliftment of women, such as the eradication of the purdah. So you might ask yourself as you leave here today, what do we do? What are some strategies that you can take to break the bias? And these are some of the best ones I came up with. Speak up, woman. Say what you want. Sometimes you know it, but you feel intimidated to say it, or you might be, my hands are shaking like crazy and I'm sweating. I had the most interesting day. I spent 30 minutes trying to tie a green sari with purple, and the pallu would not fit. So I got flustered and then eventually threw it on the ground and pulled out my pundit white sari. I was meant to be in this white sari today probably, but it flustered me. And you know sometimes as women, we just can't express it. By expressing it to you, I have released it. It's no longer going to be burdening me. Silence implies compliance. Don't be silent. Be purposeful. Pursue leadership opportunities. Pandita Sunita, I love that you said that I help. I am definitely humble. I get that from my parents, growing up in the Caribbean with them. They definitely didn't want us to be, show-offish like the legacy we came from our grandparents. But the best way I have been able to show my skills here has been by volunteering, by just giving freely. When you give, people can see, can I do this or can I not do this? Can I excel or can I not excel? And sometimes in being able to experience or try new things, you find that thing that you're looking for. I love this picture of former President Obama's wife, and I love the logo. Anybody wants to read it to me? No, the logo under Let Girls Learn. I love it. I do love it. That's okay. So some more strategies to break the bias. Trust yourself, trust your abilities. Believe you are capable. You have experience. You have education. You have trained. Trust yourself. If you love yourself first, and I have given so many speeches in my life, and I tell people, if you don't love you, there's no way I could tell you, I love you, Didi, and you would believe it. It first comes from within. It's you. Fourth, be persistent and educate. Don't give up. I love this. When I meet somebody that says, oh, I can't get it done. Why not? How long? How much did you try? Did you get help? I tell people, if you find something or you hit a wall, climb over it, crawl over it, break through it, get it done. And fifth, build alliances with influential women. Just ask. Pandit Sunita, yes. I came into here and I came from a very religious Muslim background. Didn't really know a whole lot about Hinduism except what I saw going to Sanatani temples. We have no voice as women, as you know. But the female panditas in the Gurukul have all, over various times, offered me different nuggets of wisdom. Pandit Sai, When I did the bowel levers, she offered me different nuggets. We went to the funeral, unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago for Pandita Amrita. And, it's just been a continual growth for me. But I surround myself with women that can help me get to my next level as a pundit. If that's what I want to do, if this is where I'm going to be, if this is how I help more people, how do I become better? I can't stay where I'm at. There's no way I will grow. I'll be lucky to tell you there are 2 companies in the world that are actually breaking the bias. One of them is in Australia. They are called CARE, C-A-R-E, Australia. And CARE Australia changed the narrative in their campaigns. They basically said women and girls bear the brunt of poverty. I lived in Africa, and I remember when I was in Botswana, I went out to basket weaving for these women. They make these baskets and they go out. There was one bus that came one day for the week to pick up these baskets, to take it to the city so they can sell it. And if the woman didn't make, let's say they had to make 10 baskets, and you only made 5 baskets, you're not going to make your quota. But while they were doing this, they also had strapped on them like 4 kids with, you could just fit 2 kids here in my palu, 2 in my back. That's how these women were making baskets. One of the other things I learned in my travels to East Africa was when we spent time to teach a little girl, like Surya would take that and she would not just go back and help her mother and father in her village, but she would help her mother, her father, her auntie, her aji, her cousin, her friend. We had the same experiment with little boys. And we helped a little boy. He was able to help his mother and his father and his wife. It wasn't as long. It wasn't as sustainable as we would say in economics. So CARE Australia has spent time in Africa, and they have looked at some of the social ills facing women, some of the injustices they face, women just being able to do housework, and they have changed the narratives. Every campaign, they have shifted the strategies to showcase women, to showcase girls, and to show what they've been doing. The second company is actually an American one. It's Verizon. Verizon, most people work here, right? Yeah? No? Wow, we all just rich. That's pretty cool. Okay, I have one person in the back that works. So one of the things where I work too is every year I have to write an annual review. And then I have all these, super, other economists or other professors that look at my work. So when they look at my work, what they're able to establish is, did Nicole pass these thresholds? Is she better than she was last year for our company's growth? Verizon has changed this in that they have a new measure. They call it gender metrics. So what's your name, young man? Ajay. So Ajay and Amrita work in the same company, but how they would measure Ajay would be different from how they would measure Amrita. So they measure Ajay based on him being a male, and they measure Amrita being as a female. So they might have some extra things they look at that a woman might be specialized at doing versus a male. And that's Verizon. I thought that was pretty cool. I could not find many more companies that actually included women. And I ask you basically, and Pandita already did this before, if any parts of this speech touch you today, or anything, any nugget, any one thing, you leave here today, and the way you can leave your footprint is to teach that to somebody else. I am better than my mother. My mother is better than my grandmother. But it was a conscious effort by my grandma to make my mom be able. My grandma didn't have any skills besides reading and writing. My mom went to high school. She didn't go to college. And then I went to college. So for you out there, if you have daughters, think about what is that one more thing you want to do for that next female or that next girl. And that's how you leave your legacy. And that's how you leave sustainability. Thank you. I took too long.
I think Dr. Nicole needs a bigger round of applause. We have talent in this Gurukul. We have talent as talent. You agree with me? This Gurukul has produced Amrita, Sai, Mataji, everybody. I can't call names, but I am happy to know that Dr. Nicole has chosen to join this team. You did an excellent job, and I wish we could have given you more time, but we have a long program, and unfortunately, I have to minimize everybody's time, otherwise we'll be here until tomorrow. But Dr. Nicole, your presentation, like Amrita and Pandita Sai, has really given the moment, the thought of what we are all here for, to listen. There will be other speakers who will come up here and present other things with regards to who women are, what they're doing, and so forth, etc., etc. But without much being said now, I would like to say thank you again, Pandita and Nicole. And we would like to ask Neil, is Neil here? Neil, are you ready to give your presentation, to make your presentation? Okay, please come forward. Please give Neil a big round of applause. And after Neil, we will take Mahanta. And we do have a few items more, and we'll bring it to a close. So I'm going to ask every person that comes up here now, please watch your time. We only have a little bit. I'm not going to tell you how many minutes because I don't want it to be prolonged. We just have a few minutes more to go. So, Neil, please.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, son.
First and foremost, I would like to wish everyone a very joyous International Women's Day. Our mothers have been helping us, as well as our sisters, and our nannies and our great nannies, for centuries, years, months, days. They've been behind us all this time. And I would like to wish them very much respect and a lot of joy moving forward. I will be singing a song. It seems as if there are some technical difficulties right now.
Please get your items ready when you're called upon so we can save time. We do have all our speakers, we have a few speakers more here, and we have 2 skits, I think, and we would like to wrap up within a certain time frame. So I'm kindly asking all of you, so please make, whatever you're presenting, please make it short and sweet. Otherwise, we'll keep everybody here till tomorrow. Thank you for cooperating with me. Dance.
Siko, can you turn this up a little bit? I'm going to hold the phone so next to his speaker so you guys can hear. He's doing a karaoke for us today. Test, mic test.
ताकते रहते तुझको सांझ सवेरे, नैनों में है। ताकते रहते तुझको सांझ सवेरे, नैनों में बसिया जैसे नैना ये तेरे, नैनों में बसिया जैसे नैना ये तेरे, नैनों में बसिया जैसे नैना ये तेरे, तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन, तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन.
Come on, clap with him. Clap and give him the rhythm. You're enjoying it, aren't you?
पहले पहले तुझे देखा तो दिल मेरा धड़का है, धड़का धड़का है। पहले 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 तुझे देखा तो दिल मेरा धड़का है, धड़का धड़का है। जल जल उठा हूँ मैं शोला जो प्यार का, भड़का है, भड़का भड़का है। नींदों में घुल गए हैं सपने जो तेरे, बदले से लग रहे हैं अंदाज मेरे, बदले से लग रहे हैं अंदाज मेरे। तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन। तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन, तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन, मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन। तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन. Thank you and namaste everyone.
Lord, I thought we were in Bollywood. I was dancing at the back and I didn't have any backup. Who is this child? Is this the Neil who used to play the harmonium? Is it you, Neil?
Yes.
I thought you came from Bollywood, son. Do you agree with me? Give him a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neil. And Neil, I come to Monday more than you. You know what? When I come Sunday to Monday tomorrow morning, I want to see you there, and I want Didi Amrita to allow you to play and hear you sing. Are you coming tomorrow, Neil?
Yes, of course.
If you come tomorrow, I have something I brought from Dubai for you only. Are you coming tomorrow, Neil?
Yes,
You promise?
I promise.
Give him another round of applause. All right. Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, once again. We haven't seen Bahan Mahanta a long time, and Bahan Mahanta is here to make her presentation. She has been in this Gurukul and played a very important part with Mataji Lalita, Mataji Renuka, and all the other mothers. And we are indeed happy to see her today, to come and represent us as women. She has 5 minutes to make her presentation, after which we have a treat at the back for you. So please give her a big round of applause. Mahanta, are you ready? Over to you. Maybe. I wish Shiv would have been here too, but I know when she called me, Baishiv was speaking in the background. He was waiting and she was taking too long, so he couldn't wait anymore. Over to you.
Thank you, Pandita Sunita. Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, namaste.
Namaste.
Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
As you know, our topic, the word is not coming to my mind. Our theme for this year is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Now, I've put together a small presentation. Why is it called International Women's Day? The idea to make the day international came from a woman called Clara Zetkin. She suggested the idea in 1910 at an international conference of working women in Copenhagen. There were 100 women there from 17 countries, and they agreed on her suggestion unanimously. And here we are. Clara's idea for an International Women's Day had no fixed date. It wasn't formalized until a wartime strike in 1917 when Russian women demanded bread and peace. 4 days into the strike, the Tsar was forced to abdicate and the provisional government granted women the right to vote. The strike began on 8th of March, and this became the date that International Women's Day is celebrated. UN Women in a statement said that the year 2022 is pivotal for achieving gender equality. Gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow is this year's theme for International Women's Day, as I said earlier. It is observed on March 8th. The day celebrates the achievements and contributions of women and girls in different spheres. I found this little quote. It's not a quote, it's just a little note. It says, History of Women's Day. Initially, Women's Day was planned for March 6th. Women took 2 days to get ready. That's how it got postponed to March 8th. Men's Day was also planned, but as always, they forgot the date.
Wow. Give her a round of applause, please. That was quite fun.
Okay, now I have a little trivia that I've put together. Well, I stole from the internet, okay? Who is the first lady prime minister in the world? A, B, C, or D? And the suggestive answers are there. India, Indira Gandhi. B, Sri Lanka. I can hardly, Sirimavo, Bandara Nike. Israel, Golda Meir. Or England, Margaret Thatcher. Nope. Yes. That's right. Ladies, the gentlemen are winning us. Yes, it is. It is Sri Lanka, Sirimavo, Bandaranaike. Nike. You are right. Okay, second question. The first Indian woman, typographical error, to fly in, is that the right? Wait, where is it? This thing is moving too fast. No, but I spelled Nobel wrong. I'm not going to try to correct it because I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to mess up the whole thing. The first, they say Indian. I had to research it. The answer is there. It was Mother Teresa, but they said Indian woman, and I had to say, Indian woman? Was she Indian? No, she wasn't. But they always call her Mother Teresa of Calcutta because she spent most of her life there. So I'm assuming that's why they said Indian woman. Could be, because she was German, I think. Polish, was she? Okay. There we go. The men are beating us. Who is the first woman to fly space? I have the answer here, so I have to make sure I say the right thing. Who is the first woman to fly space? Kalpana Chawla, Valentina Tereshkova,
Sunitha Williams, Sally Kristen Ride, or Shannon Lucid? Anybody? Let me hear if I see.
Okay, we'll take out B, D, and E. It leaves with Sunita Williams and Kalpana Chawla. It has to be one of those two.
No, it's B.
Oh.
Yes, that's what the internet said.
Is he Russian?
She is. I'm gonna find out. I don't know. Yeah, she is. It's B. That's what the internet told me. Okay. Oh my God, this thing is moving. Wait, hold on. Next. When the world. Is that my next slide? I'm sorry, ladies.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm going too far back. Sorry, guys. I'm not. When the world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. I just wanted to give these two quotes. When the world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. By Malala Yousafzai. Yes, that's right. Don't let anyone tell you you're weak because you're a woman. I do not like when people say that because we can multitask. We can do so many things in that short time in the morning before the kids go out the door or before we go to work. That I'm not saying men can't do it, but we do a lot. Okay.
Don't even try, by Krishan.
That is.
Matanalite is here. Don't even try.
Now, concluding my little presentation, I'm going to say, I have one more thing to do. But before I finish, I'd like to say, teach all the little girls in your life about the amazing things that come with being a woman. Teach all the little girls in your life about the amazing things that come with being a woman. Teach them the importance of solidarity, the need to empower women, and the power to fight for change. Wishing you all a happy International Women's Day. Before I go, there is, many times in our lives, there are people who have touched us, who have made a difference, even by a kind word, even a compliment, even saying thank you. So I just put together a little thing for somebody special. We can recognize all the great women in the world that has made a difference by achieving great things. However, that is great, but we need to recognize those in our own lives. Mandirs, place of work, etc. And I would like to call to mind a great mother, grandmother, influencer, leader, and a stalwart of this mandir, who is no other than Bain Renuka. Let's all give her a round of applause.
I did the honors for you, okay?
Thank you. But let me just say this, Bain Renuka, I'm going to give a little thing of what I think of you. When I will give you this is my little, you're a fighter, you are selfless, you have to stand because I want to say all the good. You always do that for everybody, so today I would like to do it for you. When I first started attending our Spiritual Center in 1997, as you all know, I grew up a Catholic, and I came to the United States. I went to our Spiritual Center first. When I first started attending our Spiritual Center in 1997, Bain Renuka was one of the main persons in the Mahila at that time. But her true strength was shown when our democracy was threatened. It was then that she stood up for what is right and was wrongfully accused. But that did not stop her from doing what is good, and that is leading. And she was wrongfully accused. I'm repeating that. After we were thrown out of our Spiritual Center, I am not attacking anyone, but I'm just saying what I know. After we were thrown out, Bain Renuka played a pivotal role in keeping our main families together while we were wandering from one place of worship to another. From Bai Lakshmi Dat's basement, from his brother's basement, from by Anand's office, etc., if I recall. Bhairunuka made sure that prasad was made for every Hawan. There was a snack provided for everyone. That is, who was there can say. Bhairunuka raised funds in whatever way it took for us to have money to acquire this building, whether concerts, bus trips, boat trips, asking for donations, putting up a donation box in the back, or even bringing it to the front so that we can have money. Bhairunuka is a true hero for one of the women we should celebrate and imbibe on this special occasion. Maharishi leads. She gives of her time, resources selflessly, even on days that she's not well. We have heard the saying that charity begins at home, and I know of the many instances that Maharishi cooks all her cultural dishes so that her immediate family can enjoy and do it all alone. Your children and grandchildren are lucky to have you in their lives. And so on today's day of International Women's Day, I would like to recognize you for all that you do. And thank you for being a mentor.
Can we have everyone stand, please? Can everyone stand to honor her, please? She doesn't like this, but you have to give Jack his coat. Look, you have to go there.
And I have a little token for you.
Give Mahanta a big round of applause, and Mataji Renuka. Brothers and sisters, you do not know. Okay, you can kindly take your seat. Mataji, I'll leave you with that. As we sit here, and visitors from other mandirs, friends who came here with us today, this mandir, this Gurukul, I wouldn't call it a mandir, is no joke. This Gurukul is no joke. And we would not allow anyone or any organization to make fun, call our names as Lady Pandit run this mandir, or whatever has been in the past to happen again the second time. Because you know why? We have the strongest group of women in this Gurukul. Give yourself a big round of applause. By Krishan, I'm not bashing you, but this is the truth. Mataji, I'm glad you're here today. You have been one of the strong ones. Mataji Renuka has been one of the strong ones. Banjaimi's sister, and so everybody who came from Spiritual Center to here. Y'all did a fantastic job. I wish I could give Mahanta more time to recognize everyone who came and put some more effort into this, but I do hope, Mahanta, I do hope that you please bring Shiv and come here time after time and again. This is where you belong. This is where your family belong. This is where your kids belong. Because you keep your kids away from Gurukul, you will not have good daughter-in-laws. Anyway, just to let you know, women rule exceptionally well. It's just that they're not giving the time, they're not giving the forum, and they're not put in place where they need to be. We need to step toes and make it happen and run this Gurukul, this community, and prove that we as women are warriors. Mataji has been one of the warriors until this day. Brother Krishan, am I wrong? You have been with her throughout the whole battle.
From 1992, actually from our Spiritual Center, with our wonderful spouse. Yeah.
This is what we stand for. Producing someone like this child, the one we just heard there, we need the opportunity to have him more, and more that's going to come up. And many others who are not here, and all the female pundits who come and sit here quietly, when you give them an opportunity to hold the mic, then you see what they have. If you don't give them an opportunity, by Krishan, you do not know what they possess. You have to give them an opportunity, from small to young, from Surya all the way up to Amrita, and to Big Amrita, and to Pandita Indrauti. We need to give Jack their jacket. We have strong women, we have strong pandits, we have strong panditas, we have strong members in this Gurukul. I may not be here all the time because of so many other things behind me. It does not mean that I am not in Gurukul. My mind is always here. I always know what is happening because I have my ears up, my antennas are up, and I always pick up everything that goes on. And Bhai Krishan is now in charge of the Gurukul with his whole team. Bhai Krishan, you have the best team of mothers to work with. Please do not fail this effort. We need to work as a team. Let Gurukul shine. Give Jack their jackets. Give panditas where they need to be. Give the pandits where they need to be. Give the children their spots. And give the mothers the attention they need. Do not, please, my begging to you today, do not make Gurukul drop. Whatever shortcomings we had, let it so be. It's not the end of the world. From today, let's take the effort. It's Women's Day. It's a day. It's not Women's Day today, but it's on the 8th. But let us make every day Women's Day. Let us make every day a day for women to stand up on the forum and take the lead. Because if it's not for women, men has no place in community. Man has no place in community if the women don't stand behind them. And a typical example, Bhai Krishan and Mataji Lanita. I take the privilege in saying that. Without Mataji Renuka, Bhai Krishan cannot stand. Cannot stand Bhai Krishan. Is it true? Mataji Lalita has always stood up and you've always been there together with her. You supported her, she supported you. Typical example. And that's how it should be. The next will be Amrita and hers when we have that wedding. Anyway. With that being said, it is my honor to welcome another team of strong, I should say, warriors of the Gurukul to come here and make their presentation. But I wouldn't do that for you. I wouldn't do the narration. I will have the next fierce me here come out and bring it out to them. Mothers and fathers, put your hands together for our team at the back who is making their way up. And our own Pandit Amrita will do the narration.
Namaste again, everyone. Like Didi said, we have very strong women. Most of the times they're pushed on the side and they're not recognized. But on a day like today, we are reminded of how strong women we have in the Gurukul. Now, Pandita Gayatri is making her way up. We have Mataji Sita, we have Auntie Rita, and we have Mataji Jillo joining Pandita Gayatri and her team. They will reenact a scene from the sugar plantations where women used to work very, very hard in Guyana. And they used to work hand in hand and foot to foot with the menfolk. Namaste.
Ready to cut the cane. The man said, come on, you got to go walk. You come from in there, you believe, say you go sit down here. This country you come for build. You got to plant cane, you got to cut cane. Well, the cane planter ready and you're ready for cut now. So the old lady I go cut the cane. Okay. We got the manja here sit down too. Put your chair most of manja.
Namaste. Come on, ladies. Let me get to walk. Now here to stand around. Like ladies can't cut. What kind of cutting is this? Nothing, everything straight. Come on, speed up, speed. What is this, sitting down? No, that can't work. I didn't hire y'all to sit down. Y'all gotta stand up. Y'all got cut last.
Got to watch what lady walk. Oh, so you can't sit down?
No, you can't sit down.
All right, let me.
Whoa. These ladies getting me tired. I'm fed up. I got to take a seat.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. No, you got to make the bundle, put it in your head, and then load the pot.
Okay, them people will come who got to put them in the pond. Come. Oh, maninja, kina kota price na peatal. Rice and flour, there a shapa, why you mean natal? Oh, maninja, kina kota price na peatal. Rice and flour, there a shapa, why you mean natal? People, come let me go. People, come let me go. Pick up your cutlass and saucepan and go. Come let me go. Carry away me no Raja. Me no go stand no more. Carry away me. Come get away. Come let me go. Come let me go. Come. Are you come?
Oh Lord, look at this man in look at this man, how he lazy. All right, give them a big round of applause. You know, you can't stop Pandita Gayatri. Once she's in good health, she have to bring a smile to all of us. With that being said, brothers and sisters, at this time, I would like to ask I think I have Nadia. I have Bahan Nadia. She's no stranger to any one of you. I happened to meet Nadia. I know she existed, but I happened to meet her last year, where I was very impressed when she made a speech, when she was asked to make a speech by Guruji. I know her mom comes to the Gurukula a lot, but I've never interacted with Nadia. And when you have children that interact into the society and they have uplifted themselves to a high extent, we need to get them involved, by Krishan. And I had the pleasure of meeting this individual, and I was very much wondering if an invitation to her will make her reach out to Gurukul. She did, and today she's sitting here, and I asked her to speak for 5 minutes. I do hope and I pray that whatever she brings out to us, she's a very eloquent speaker, as you see all our speakers by Krishan. You're being targeted with all these females around you. It is my honor to ask my sister Nadia to come forward and make her presentation. She took the day off by Krishan. She was back and forth with me a couple of days ago to switch around, to get the day, to come here to be our main speaker. Bahan Nadia, please come forward and take the microphone. Please give her a big round of applause. I'll ask my mothers at the back, please don't make noise. When you finish, hurry up and come to listen, please. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you for having me. Okay. I feel like I'm following some of the most elaborate, put-together presentations, sketches, and I'm going to give a speech. I don't plan on making anyone fall asleep. So, in speaking, I was thinking today, what can I say that would be impactful surrounded by a group of women? What I've learned over time is that I can tell everyone of these great women in history that we study in the textbook, but it's not impactful because we read it in the textbook. So I can tell everyone, you know, I'm a nurse. I could say that Florence Nightingale is my hero, and I can tell you guys everything about Florence Nightingale and how she funded modern nursing and she was a scientist. But I couldn't quite get over to everyone how she created a sustainable tomorrow. But then I thought about it. So today, there is many, many women entering medicine. There is many, many women entering the field of nursing. When you start in nursing from one point, there's many, many points that you can go. However, what I do notice is that, for example, I just did a random research project in the emergency department that I work in, and I just wanted to know how many people was Guyanese West Indian descent working in there that were registered nurses or higher. Want to know who it is? Me and a third-year resident. That's it. That's working in that emergency department that is either a nurse or a doctor. I didn't understand why. However, what I realized, there were other areas in the hospital that there were people that were, they were nurses. But I also reached out to people and I wanted to know, why didn't you go further? What happened? And people gave me answers that, well, we have family and we have children and we couldn't do it. So I reached out to the department, I spoke with people, and there were many programs that were initiated to have women continue education. One of the most impactful things of my life happened after that. So 7 years ago, I met a young lady who we hired. She was an associate degree nurse, which means she had a 2-year degree. She was married at 19, an arranged marriage in Bangladesh. Her parents, she's Hindu, and her parents wanted her to be married young and moved out of, her words, turbulent society. She was hired in that department. She was an associate degree nurse, and English was her second language. Therefore, she spoke English with an accent. So even her patients were like, what is this? So we didn't know she was going on to school. She had a dream. She achieved her bachelor's in nursing. And then she said to me that, Nadia, I'm debating that I would like to do my master's in nursing, and everyone who knows me knows that that's all I do is go to school, long, long days of school. So I said, okay, go ahead, you can apply, and we'll give you the time off that you need to go to school. I told my friend that I will talk about her today. Her name is Samita. She's younger than me. She decided to go back to school. She earned her master's, and while she was getting her master's degree, she was pregnant. She ended up working, this is her schedule, 3 12-hour shifts, and then she would work 2 days of clinical and 1 day of lecture in school. She had no life, okay? She earned her master's degree. Today, she's a woman of medicine. She's a nurse practitioner. As a nurse practitioner, she is not a nurse, she's a provider. She will see you, she will write a prescription for you, she will diagnose you, she will treat you, okay? I met with her 2 days ago because I also want to see if she wants to go back to school. Again, because I want everyone to do a doctorate in nursing. Not that it will make any difference. You know what she said to me? She said, Nadia, thank you for having this conversation with me, but right now it's about my family. I have 2 little children. What I have earned today has given them an impactful future. She still speaks with an accent. She provides the same level of competent, safe care, and she has opened the door for her daughter, the future that her daughter will have. I've learned from that experience, and through many, many experiences in the emergency department and in life, that it doesn't matter overall what you've achieved if you cannot play it forward, if you cannot believe in something bigger. And when you look to the right of you in this room, the left of you, beside you, your daughters, your sisters, each and every one of you has played a role in the development of the society. Each and every one of you has played a role in our growth. And each and every one of you has played a role in the success that we can stand here in this mandir and have female priestess. Okay? I wish America, and in this time, it's such a great time to be a woman because anything is possible. The whole world is here for us. Women are dynamic, we're courageous, we are brilliant, and we will walk side by side with a man. And just like a doctor, a male doctor can give an order for a prescription, so can I, and so can Samita. Are we trained differently? No. We have earned the right to walk side by side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Nadia, for bringing your story here to us and sharing that. And today is all about learning what women did in the past, how they were treated, what they decided to do, how this day came about, and for so many other reasons why we are here today. I'm very much proud to say that every speaker I had came up here today. Mataji Renuka had planned this program in such a way that not only us here, but these messages that are coming out from these speakers are going worldwide on the internet streaming. And I kept our son Vinesh a little bit later in the program, which is now, because of one reason. We were hoping to get a little bit more crowd. And son, we are very proud of you, of who you are, and the role you play in this Gurukul. I may not be here, Mataji Renuka may not be here, but it will be time for you to step up and be around here. It is my honor and pleasure to ask Pandita Amrita to bring her team with Vinesh. I'm not sure what is planned, but for her to come here and make their presentation. Please give our son, Dr.-to-be and Pandit-in-making of Vinesh, a big round of applause, and her mentor, Pandita Amrita.
Thank you, Didi. It's a brief skit that we've prepared. I won't take too much of your time because I know, Didi, we are pressed for time. Swami Dayananda was one of the greatest social reformers and spiritual leaders of the 19th century. When Swami Dayananda appeared on the scene, the Hindus were prey to all types of social evils and social ills, like child marriage, sati, which is the practice that when the husband dies, a wife is set on the funeral pyre of her husband and she's burnt to death without her consent. Superstitions, forced widowhood, caste system like Didi Nicole mentioned in her presentation, polygamy, untouchability, and the parda system that she also mentioned, and also the unequal treatment of women. They worshipped false gods, believed in animal sacrifices as a means of salvation to obtain mukti, and they indulged in meaningless rites and rituals. Swami Dayananda it was, and he found that it was their illiteracy, meaning ignorance, which was responsible for the degradation of Hindus. They were sunk in a slough of despondence. They were very hopeless. And then Swami Dayananda came, and he will address us.
Namaste, everyone. My principal aim is to unfold truth. I have proclaimed truth is truth and falsehood is falsehood. The proclamation of falsehood in the place of truth and of truth in the place of falsehood does not constitute the unfolding of truth. It is not my objective to hurt anyone's feelings or to injure anyone. On the other hand, my aim is to further the advancement and well-being of all mankind, to help all men and women in the ascertainment of what's right, and to enable them to accept truth and reject falsehood. In my opinion, there is no other way of elevating the human race. Where women are honored, divine people enjoy dwelling. Where women are dishonored, everything becomes useless. The happiness or misery of a family depends on how the women are treated. Women should always be educated and respected. Thank you and namaste.
It was to propagate his ideas about social reforms that Swami Dayananda founded the Arya Samaj, like Didi mentioned as well, which would work with great zeal in a spirit of selfless service to eradicate the illnesses that I just mentioned. The Arya Samaj grew into a mighty movement, perhaps the mightiest among the religio-cultural movements that grew and spread in various parts of the country and even outside of India at the time. Right up to the last days of his life, Swami Dayananda traveled throughout the country from one place to another, inspiring people and leading them to the noble path of righteousness. The vitality of the Arya Samaj lies in its spirit of service, self-sacrifice, self-discipline, and renunciation. This is how he was dressed when he addressed people, and it should be the concern of all of us to see that these characteristics, self-sacrifice, service, self-discipline, and renunciation, are not weakened, but that the influence of Arya Samaj continues to spread and grow. Thank you and namaste.
I don't think you did justice to our son. By the way, can I bite you? On the right side, not on the left side. Can I bite you, please? I don't know how to express my love to you. Can I bite you? Can somebody take a picture for me, please? I love my Dr. Pandit. I may not get to speak with you. I may not get a hug from you, but I know I'm going to get this bite, but I'm not going to bite you yet.
This is my left side.
Oh! Did I say the right side? So you really want this bite?
That was the left side.
If he's not the love and Surya and him are the love of this Gurukul, then I don't know who is. Please give him a big round of applause. You've gotten so big I can't hug you with one hand anymore, Vinesh. All right. He did an excellent job remembering every word and spoke very eloquently. Please give him another round of applause.
I would like to say that without Aji and Aja, these children would not be that way.
I agree 100%.
Let's give applause to Aji and Aja. They have done a lot for these children. Thank you. Oh my God.
That is so true. You always need mentors for these young kids. And I hope to see Neil and Nala them come back to Mandir. I miss you guys. I miss your voice. And please make an effort to come out because we need you at Gurukul. With that being said, we have, at this time, we have a skit that is coming. They are getting ready. But before we take them, I would like to ask Nala if you're ready. And I think someone indicated to me there's someone else who is speaking. Is that Ariana? In the meantime, Nala is getting her song ready. I'm going to ask Ariana to take the mic. Ariana is the sister of my Swami Dayananda. And I didn't recognize her today, but Nala has grown. Ariana has grown. Ariana, please come forward, baby. This child has sit together with her brother and perform on many forums, and we'd like to give her the opportunity. Over to you, honey.
Namaste. My name is Ariana and I will be defining the word woman. W, warm-hearted. O, open-minded. M, multi-talented. A, always inspiring. N, nearly perfect. Thank you for listening and namaste.
That is so sweet. And there are special forums when we take the kids and we give them their spot because they are the ones who will lead this Gurukul tomorrow. And I always like to mention that whenever we have any event here, sometimes some are not right for the children, and some are, because when we have outsiders coming to, like when we have some of the concerts, I purposely did not invite the children because it's a bigger forum. And you have to have people to entertain because they're paying money when they come from the outside. Our children represents us when we're a team like this. And at Gurukul, on Sunday satsangs, we need to give them the opportunity to portray what they can do, what the talent they have within them. With that being said, I'm going to ask our daughter Nala to come forward. Nala, I haven't heard you for a long time. Nala is the left-hand side sister of Neil. And what's Neil's brother name? And Nolan is the right side. I didn't see Nolan today, Nala. Who's going to help you? Okay. So when your brother came, he got a mic to sing. I don't know why he didn't get you a mic. Over to our daughter, Nolan. Testing.
Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम, बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी, कहीं बदल न जाना सनम, हो दिया दिल, ओ है मेरा दिल, है दिल लेकर मुझको ना बहलाना, चुरा दिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम, बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी, कहीं बदल न जाना सनम. बाहर बन के आई हूँ कभी तुम्हारी दुनिया में, गुजार न जाए ये दिन कहीं इसी तमन्ना में. बाहर बन के आई हूँ कभी तुम्हारी दुनिया में, गुजार न जाए ये दिन कहीं इसी तमन्ना में. तुम मेरे हो, हम तुम्हारे हो, आज तुम इतना वादा करते जाना, चुरा दिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम, बदल के मेरे तुम जिंदगानी, कहीं बदल न जाना सनम. Thank you. Namaste.
Oh my God. I thought I was in Mumbai, Nala. I wanted to just act as you were singing, honey. Didn't y'all feel like that? But I know Guruji is watching, so I can't be, But I just wanted to perform when you were singing. I honestly am telling you this. I just fell in love with your voice. I was telling your Nani that I wish you open up a little bit more and you bring out that beauty that is within you. But that will only happen if you practice at home and you come here. Right? Yeah. Yes. These children have so much talent. The first time I heard Neil a long time ago, I was so taken. Are you the mom? I was so taken. And you know what? If you don't want these kids, give them to me. I'll take them. And I'll take Vinesh too. I don't like this Zoom thing. I like to see the real thing. I know, my Krishna. I'm just messing with you. Yes, I know. I heard them on Zoom also, but they're really talented children, and if you don't focus on the talent that they have, it will be hidden within them. And many people have a lot of talent, but because they're not getting the exposure, it doesn't, it go wasted. With that being said, today we have elaborated on much of how, what, when, and where about women. There are quite a number of women who did a lot of great things and without men, like for Queen Elizabeth, Mahatma Gandhi mother, not Mahatma Gandhi mother, Indira Gandhi, sorry. Indira Gandhi, Queen Elizabeth, and all these prime ministers and all these other great women, and Pepsi Cola president, and so many great women. I'm waiting on them to come out, so I'm not boring you, I'm just giving you a little quick highlight of how great women are. They led the world. Queen Elizabeth led the world her whole entire life. She's now 90, 95, whatever. She had no men behind her to boost her up. She did it with her strength. The king was just sitting there, the prince, whoever he was. But that woman, we all should look at her footstep, look how she ruled the world, and with that in mind, men should not think that they are on the high rise and women is on the low rise, because perfect example of the world is Queen Elizabeth, still alive. Dr. Nicole, you agree? Good. All right, are we ready at the back for the skit? You guys taking too long. I got 5 minutes left for you only, because we have to come to a close. Are you enjoying the moment of what this program is? We always hear singing and music and tabla and blah, blah, blah. Today is a day when we educate our sisters and educate the listeners that is online. And I'm very happy that our crowd turned out to be so good. They get to see our Swami Dayananda in the making, our Pandit in the making, our doctor in the making, who will take Dr. Satish's place. Don't make our hands drop, son, with the help of Neil, Nala, and Nolan, and your sister, and so forth. Is there someone narrating for you guys? Pandita Sai, please bring your group up. Brothers and sisters, please give a big round of applause for Pandita Gayatri group again, led by Pandita Sai. Over to you, Pandita Sai.
Namaste all. We will now have a skit, and you will just look and follow what they're doing. All of this, we have the villagers, the people from the village. Just pay attention and you will figure out what's going on. Give them your attention, please. Thank you.
Namaste.
I know what happened now. As the ladies say, me broken down, right? So then lady go perform and because you a man can do. Right? I will go see the power that a man can do. And I will show them what a lady can do. All right. Are you get to work. Ladies get to work, men get to work. Come on, come, you wash the clothes. Get to the corner and wash the clothes. And who got to sweep? Who will sweep the house? Who will sweep the house? Where the broom? Come on, the man.
Where's the broom?
Me no know, Axwana them picnic this. Where the broom there?
I ain't see the broom.
So this is a pre-Swami Dayananda time. What is happening here is before Swami Dayananda, and this is how the villagers used to live.
How this place so nasty, man?
Me no know.
Nobody not do walk in here. Whole day, whole
What
day.
am I do whole day?
Why these two picnic at here? Why you go? Where you get book in your hand? I go. School? No picnic now. Picnic I can't go school this generation. Then picnic this can't go school. Me see Kalauti get one nice son, Harilal.
Oh, so you want married a little picnic, eh?
Kunti and Parvati, one out there and two got to marry Harilal.
Well, ask them if they're ready, then decide for married. Come
Which one are you going to marry Harilal? Yes, that is our culture. School? No, Betty. Oh, Betty, you got to marry it and start the next generation. No school?
You not go school?
No, we're not going to get married.
You want to go school?
We want to go to school.
Okay. All right, but daddy said you get one by for married one of you. I got to decide. Come by.
Oh, Harilal, you look so handsome. Look at Harilal shine. Ooh. Oh, Harilal. Oh, my God, you're going to make a nice picnic with nice hair.
And as they live their daily lives on a daily basis of what's going on on stage, there came Swami Dayananda in the
Come
picture.
here, Tia, you come see.
Let me see who going to match
Aji,
up here.
are you married?
Come on, we got to make match here now.
You agree?
Which one
You
are you
agree for
agree for Harilal?
No, we want to
And
go
this
to
was
school.
all truth that happened in the old ages of India, back in time, and still continuing to happen.
Well, Harilal, what will happen here? None of them now are married now. I don't know what will happen.
And so children were forced to do child marriages in India.
I will go talk to them and I will go hear what they say. Decide, right? But that be rule and go. Got to hear what we say. Got to hear what mom and daddy and Aji the rain one. Aji go got to make the decision, right? And when he come pan you, which one? This one? This one? His husband sick bad. So when his husband dead, and when you see them go cremate he, they got to put sheep on the fire. She got to make sure.
These are all been true traditions of India back in time.
You got to go up on the fire with the man there for born same time. You know that? Okay. So, all right. Where the next? Oh, well, where you are
This all happened in Rajasthan, and it's continue happening in Rajasthan for those of you who've gone to India.
I watch y'all.
It's happening. They're trying to get rid of it, but it's been happening in the very small, tiny villages in Rajasthan.
I've been seeing y'all as I was walking up, and I have a little message, so if everyone could please gather around, ladies, man, Harilal, please.
And Ramlal.
And Ramlal. I gotta take a seat. Look what has happened to our mothers. They're subject to neglect and the maltreatment. Our daughters and widows abandoned by relatives and condemned to miserable life and forced to fend for themselves. Premature death of a man is attributed to a wife. If a man died early, his close relatives point their fingers at his wife for bringing misfortune upon their family. There are so many social and economic pressure they must cope with, and so many problems afflict their lives. The dowry problem in certain castes and communities, parental interference in marriages, domestic violence and abuse, too much injustice on our motherhood. We must now advocate to help our mothers. The Vedas hold mothers in high esteem and address them as Dharmapatni, one who promotes and preserves the rightful conduct of life. A woman's role, a mother, a daughter, a sister's role, must now be seen as supporting family life, including playing an important role in the religious activities of our family. Our mother's education, our sisters' and daughters' education must take up and worked out by the Arya Samaj religious and social reform movement now. We must insist that an illiterate woman cannot take care of the next generation. We have to make women's education a priority and preserve our culture and our religion. Education for women will bridge the mental gap between husbands and wives, mothers and sons. Let us make them priests, filmmakers, artists, engineers, and pioneers of all kinds. Today, you and I will work hard in making our feminine voice be respected and cared for by all, because they played such a vital role in our history, in our culture, and in our lives. Let us seek to give credit where credit is due and recognize that mothers will change the world for a better tomorrow. Imagine a world free from discrimination, a world that's diverse and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can all do this, so please respect our mothers, sisters, and daughters. Thank you and namaste.
But when I finish, well, now as Swami Dayananda come and he give us liberty, right?
Yes.
We got to do a Hawan. We got to do a Hawan now and celebrate because he gave women the right to go out and take education. So we got to do a little Hawan, family Hawan. The boys, the husband and wife and children, we got to sit and we got to do a little Hawan. Let us join, as Swamiji is here with us, let us join together. That's like when Swamiji was there, was giving liberty to people. He gave freedom. If it wasn't for Swamiji, what would have happened? We wouldn't have our Samaj. So we now will start this our Samaj movement. So it's a little organization and we will bring in more people. Okay, let us do our little prayer and we'll begin from today. Nobody will pass order that you can't take education. It is the right that we all as women have to take education. But at the same time, doesn't mean that women get power to do anything. Take your education, but do the right thing. Okay. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tana Asuva Om Agnenaya Supatharaya Yasman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmad Juhurana Meno Bhuishtante Nama Uktim Videma Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So from today, we don't have to just do housework and all. We can send the children to school, and then we gonna know what to. We go to Mandir. We go form an organization, and then we go begin the Ar Samaj movement, right? And we'll try to bring in people to join with us. Okay. So I have a little joke too after this. This little joke is two people who are to get married. The people then come together, parents bring them together, they get married. They bring them together, they married, the wedding done, and when they're married now, the poor girl now want to talk to the boy, she ashamed. The boy now want to talk to the girl. Them two live in the house. Boy, do he work, he go work and come back. Girl cook the food and you do out your housework. When the boy come and work, you done cook, girl? Yes, me done cook. Let me take out your food. You go eat now? Yes. Me go eat now. Well, the girl go hustle, take out the food. He bring put the food down. What me take out your food? You ready? Yes. Come to eat. No conversation. The man sit down, he start eat. He eat the food. She asks him if you want more, he not say if you want more. Then don't eat, he don't eat. He left his plate at the table. So he go wrong, turn wrong, go wash his hand, he come back, the girl say, what happened to the plate on the table? He said, pick up him now that you married me for. Pick up the plate. So the girl said, all right, I'm going to pick up the plate. They only talking, nothing, he gone he way, she gone she way. Now, she friend just come visit them, and one girl come visit them, and I come visit. The girl say, them two are sit on this one, sit on this chair, that one sit on that chair. Them two not talk. So the girl say, what kind of story is how you two not talk with Matty, man? What happened here? I saw you live? So the girl say, he not talk. And he said, she not talk. So then I know what to talk first, how to talk with each other. So the girl, when the boy get up and gone outside, the friend called the girl and said, girl, here. When the man get up ready, morning time ready for go walk. When the man ready for walk out, tell him, say, when you come back afternoon, must buy no, a girl tell she say, must tell him buy when he ready for left for go walk. And when he come back, next day tell him, okay, sugar. So he gonna walk. So when he come afternoon now, he buy sugar. When he bring the sugar, he said, look your sugar here, wait, tell me for buy. So the guy said, oh gosh, me can't call you sugar too. You not talk with me, I call you sugar, like you feel nice when you go walk. So whole day when you go walk, you will remember, so me tell you about sugar and you go laugh and so. So next day when you ready to go walk, you say, okay, honey. When a man say, well, me gone. She say, okay, honey. Bye, honey. So he feel he got to buy honey. Afternoon he buy honey. He bring honey. So when he bring the honey now, he said, look you honey. He said, what really are you honey? Me or you bring honey for me? He said, now that you tell me when you're ready for left, let me buy honey. She said, well, me don't know how to talk to you. Me call you honey, me call you sugar. You buy a man, you bring and give me everything you go buy, bring me. Ada you show me that is sugar, that is honey. Ada me married here in comfort. And so you go talk to me. Me mama and daddy not tell me how me got to talk to you or if I be two got to talk with each other. But you not get training, me not get training. I be two like a two hog. I be two grow up like a two pig. I be not know how to talk with Matty. So that is the joke. The sweetest joke is the buy honey and buy the sugar. So when I girl pick me grow up, I got to tell them when the buyer got to work, I tell them how to talk. When you're married and you go sit down, you got to gaff nice. You right pan the time, Rita?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, give Mataji and her group a big round of applause. And I just want to let you know that that has brought us to the end of today's program. Today, for the first time, we have worked with time. We had an estimation of a 2.5-hour program. We have 2 minutes before, well, we shot 7 minutes before, but we're counting it as a normal time. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, children all, it was indeed an honor to stand here and to entertain you in the little way I can, and to make this event prosperous. Without you, we couldn't have had this fun event. I'd like to thank all the participants and to leave all the mothers with this in thought. Believe in yourself as women. Believe who you are. Believe what you stand for. And you will always be successful, and you will always be someone who someone else can look upon when they need help. Be that person. Be that change. As Dr. Nicole, Pandit Amrita, Pandita Sai, Bhanan's daughter Nadia, and all the speakers who came up, whatever representation they make a change in your life. Stand up, not against someone, but stand with them and bring peace, make this world a better place, make your home a better place, make the temple a better place, make the community a better place. With that being said, thanks to all you mothers for putting this together. I was away, and Mataji Renuka did an excellent job. And Bahan Vijay with the president, our president. I would like to thank all of you and every one of you who came out to join us here this evening. Thanks again, and I think they have something packed for you to take. I don't think they're serving downstairs. Is that correct, Angelo? Okay, you can wear your jacket, but before you go, and before the browser is being closed, Ban Vijay sent me an information about there is a free session. If anyone has or knows a child that is still in college who wants to study medicine, tell such student to apply to the Langone Medical Center, College of Medicine at the New York University. It is totally free. We are talking about $400,000 in student fees, free as $0 that they are giving. The school has $6 million of unclaimed money for scholarship. Please pass it on to any student who is interested in studying medicine. This was given to us from Bahan Vijay. For more information, Langone, Langone Medical Center College of Medicine at the New York University. Please Google it up. If you have a son, you have a daughter, and you have a neighbor, friend, or anybody. I think our president would like to bring this session to a close, and I would like to give the men in charge now, once our women are finished. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Regarding the program at NYU, I'm going to print flyers tomorrow and bring it. It's a very good program. Now, today all the speakers were very inspirational, and I'll share something about my experience. My mother made sure all my brothers and sisters, including myself, had a solid high school education, and today we benefit from it. When I was administration for the lab, I was only male. All my staff, supervisors, they were female. So I have great respect for women. Also, my other half, the best half. We've been married only 46 years. I cherish her. And because the two of us work together, we achieve quite a lot. And I thank her because she is the one that pushed our children. When you talk about female doing multiple tasks, she's the one that did it. To our mothers, you know, a while ago, there was a couple from the Gurukula who had challenges. I don't want to call the name. They had major problem. Bain Lalita is a social worker in psychiatry, and she was head of the Nari Sabha, where the people have problems. They used to talk to her with Beherunika. And she's feeling a lot better now, and I think what happened, I'm creating an administrative body, and most of them will be females. And I'm recommending to Dr. Satish, Dr. Nicole, to be part of this administration. Dr. Nicole, I didn't tell you that, but I am. And what Dr. Satish gave me the autonomy, but I will recommend that you are going to be part of our administrative body. So I have, as I said, great respect for women. And the thing is, this is how marriage lasts. Equal partners in everything you do. You know, I used to joke with Lalita, because she's a social worker in psychiatry, every Friday I get a session, so I told the line for the next week, so I got to behave. Now, thank all of you, all the speakers. You know, it was very inspirational. And it's Anita, Dr. Nicole, they all did a wonderful job. And our Dr. Pandit, you know, as long as we're here, and we're going to make sure you sit one day. We'll be getting older, but one day you'll be sitting there, right there under Singhasan, right? Now, this is not aspiring. She has reached that stage for our daughter, Amrita. I'm so proud of you, what you have done. You know, 2 weeks ago, she sang with the Aryaprani Sabha, and this was international. People even from India heard her, and they commend her tremendously, right? Because she's exceptional.
She's representing tomorrow from Gurukula at let me announce this, sorry. As you're talking about her, 122nd Street in Rockaway, there's a tribute for Lata Mangeshkar. And I think she is the next Lata. So I invited her to be the main singer for the program tomorrow, alongside many great singers. If you're free and you have the time, the program starts at 4 and it goes on until 7. And before I give my Christian the mic back, put your jackets down and go downstairs to eat, because they're not going to serve the food in the box anymore. I think they have a lot, so we're going to eat a lot downstairs. I am on my way. You can listen to Bhai Krishan. I am hungry.
Thank you. And I really want to commend Behan Manta for the accolades she gives to Veronica. She's indeed a stalwart to this organization from day one. Thank you to our mothers, our sisters. Of course, Pandit Sunita, thank you again. As always, you've done a wonderful job. Thank you. Don't forget, this evening at 7 o'clock, our federation is having a Zoom Bhajan Sammelan. It's on Zoom. I have given out the flyers. Our first bhajan will be from Pandit Jagdish. So please log on tonight at 7 o'clock.